So they'll be calling you a radical. Yes, those are snow flurries you're seeing. And it's 420. So somebody asked me to do this video. So I'll take care of two subject matters with one. Gotta get my Jerrick Harding wore 10 here, but he wears 3 in Spain. And first off, I want to say to you morons in the NBA, you scouts, what is the matter with you? You guys are almost as stupid as the NFL scouts, or she. Jerrick Harding could go for 50 anytime he wants. He could have here. He had a coach who wouldn't let him, just like Lillard. Lillard could have went for 50 every time, but Jerrick's better. He go for 60 anytime he wants. Anytime he wants. And he's not in the NBA. He was a leading player in the entire summer league. I mean, just blazing it up in Spain, number 3. So somebody asked me to do this. Now, I got to show you this. The free library. I got this at the free library. They have no clue what they have. I got to show you this. Who's Marriner Eccles? So this is Marriner Eccles' biography, 1976, when this house got the money, when G merged with Utah Construction. Utah Construction is the parent. That's right. Look at this. LTD. Who's that? That's Marriner Eccles' business card inside there. That's Lawrence Thomas D, who they used to call Larry. That's him himself. Don't own that, okay? So, to Larry D, with cherished regard from Marriner Eccles, signed. That's taped in there is Cedric Heinrich's personal phone numbers. This belongs in the museum. It belongs in the Smithsonian. Who's Marriner Eccles? Let's see, the Federal Reserve's named after him. Who's Thomas? Well, no doubt the greatest philanthropist in the state of Utah history ever. I mean, billions of dollars in the 70s, billions to hospitals, everything. And, you know, Elizabeth Disha, that's his daughter. Billions of dollars. Billions in the 70s. So, the free library, God, don't lose that. That card alone. This is the Federal Reserve's named after him. That's all. So, I just wanted to get that up because people ask, they don't know anything about this house, this building. They don't know anything about it. They don't know anything about the DEE Events Center. Utah Construction merged with General Electric in 1976. Well, she left $750 million to this university alone in everything's named out. Yep. The house the nuclear cartel built. Yep. The parents, the what? So, this incredible palace, they don't have anything in. I mean, it's the most underutilized building in the world. We used to have concerts, we used to have all kinds. That's what it was built for. That's what it was made for. No. Because they're so ignorant, they have no clue. That was at the free library. We were staying today. What? They have no clue. The special. I've been going at it with special. Mark Hoffman had a key. What do you think? They're clueless around here. Nobody knows anything about history. I mean, it blows my mind, the history that's in this city. You know, Ogden. So I was asked to do this, and I'll go sell it. Thomas More lives in his house. Thomas More, who was the high school. He kicked me out of high school. Literally, kicked me out of high school. He was the advisor. That's the heir. You know, he lives in his house. All his money. You know, but anyway, he's not married. Marriner's 2 children both died young. Campbell Eccles used to run the Ben Lomond. What did they let happen to the Ben Lomond? You know, so we're Spencer. He's kind of taking the field. He's still old. He's very, very, very old. They ran the Fed for all those years. It's one of the most important families in the history of this country. Maybe I'll sell it to Thomas. You know, for $100,000 maybe. Belongs in a museum. So I wanted to get it up. I mean, it just blows my mind the ignorance around here. Well, it's kind of like Jerrick Harding. Hello, NBA. You're almost as well. The NBA is not a sport anymore. It's sports merchandising. He goes crazy like he goes crazy. He's the best player in the history of this building. You think that's saying a lot? Joe Bomboy, Jeremy Sieglin, freaking Scotty Bamforth. Damian Lillard? Well, Lillard could have went up, but they had a coach that wouldn't let him. So, I mean, I'm watching Harding, and, you know, I watch his games over there in Spain online. His shooting percentages are the highest in the league at the three-point line. I mean, you know what he shot from the line here? Well, he's all-time record holder. He broke freaking Eddie Gill and Lillard's records. I mean, he don't miss. The shots he makes, I'm like, gotta go with that left, Jerry. It just blows my mind. How the fuck's he not in the NBA? He's almost as stupid as NFL scouts. Rashid Shaheed, undrafted. I know both. So, I wanted to get this up, give a little history on this building, and talk about that. I call it the Waters curse, you know. I watched his kids' last game in there. I watched Valvano cut down the nets. I watched Lillard up by 23 points in the second half in the Big Sky Championship and lose. His fault? No, his coach's fault. They got some real doozies for coaches around here. They fired the best coach they ever had, Ron Baglin. I knew Marriner personally. He's probably one of the most important people. They have a statue of him at the Capitol now. Probably one of the most important people in the history of this country. And that's no bullshit. What the hell is that noise coming over there? So, I don't know. They're blaring something over there. Who knows what they're doing? Anyway, I wanted to get that up. So, it's an autographed copy to the most important philanthropist in the history of the state of Utah. Bar none. Bar none. Bar none. I mean, talk about a gold mine. They gave it to me. It was in the free library today. I tried to tell them, you see what you have? They don't care. They don't. They're what? Who? These are special collections people, because it's a club over there. And how are all the relatives? It's a freak show. They don't got a fucking clue on this camp. Not a clue. Not a clue. I bring up subject matter and they just drool. I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a finance. I talked to Jeff, and this is important because Blake Moore's running ads. He's going to stand up to Chang. I know Blake personally. Ogden High. I'm like, Blake, you do know what they did at our school business? Look it up right here at Weber State. The guy's been screaming about 25 years. It's all lip service. They're ignorant. They ain't got a clue. They stole the #1 school business in the United States. Look it up. Look it up. How do you go from #1 to... I remember talking to Jeff. I saw him at the airport in Los Angeles. One of the multiple deans they've had post, they shredded it to hell. You know? And I saw him in L.A. with... And he was headed to China with some people. And I'm like, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. He didn't even know who Eccles was. He's an economist. The most important economist in the history of the country, bar none. Until Ayn Rand Greenspan just ripped it. He was exactly the opposite of anything Ayn Rand Greenspan. Exactly. I'm the guy that originally named him Ayn Rand Greenspan. The greatest economist in the history of the country, bar none. Bar none. This thing, well, I'll sell it for $100,000. Come on, you got to go with that left, Jerrick. It's just like Jerrick Harding and Rashid, Kevin Blanch, Fawn McKay Brody, Wat Masaka. Who? What the hell is that? I don't know. So, I wanted to get this up. Just the most important economist in the history of this country. I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a finance professor, economics, Weber State. Who's Marriner Eccles? I'm a zoologist. I'm a biologist at Weber State University. What's Fukushima? Who's Kevin Blanch? Stay tuned.